Alright, we are looking at tons of ball pythons. However, BAM! We're at Ken Macek's facility, and I wanted to get in touch and talk about some cooler animals. I love ball pythons, however, I think everybody that really knows me knows I am an indigo freak. I love Andy Sagan's, and this right here is a juvenile. How old is this animal, Ken?
2-year-old.
2 years old. So everybody looking at this one right here looks like, you know, an adult king snake. Indigos get 7 to 12 feet long. They get huge. They're arboreal. They climb all over. They poop all over.
Right.
However, they are the coolest. I love Crebos, dude.
Yep.
I'm in
Try
love with them.
Cool.
What are you feeding this guy?
I'm just feeding mice right now. I'm going to up it to rats pretty soon. I'm just slow feeding them so they don't get too big too fast. They're more of my pets with benefits. I call them pets with benefits.
Oh, dude, they...
Later on, I'll breed them, but like right now, they're just more of my pets than anything.
Yep.
And so I'm just enjoying. I got 2.5.
Now this is it's a Texas line you're working with.
Yeah, it's all Texas Indigos.
Sweet.
I used to have them 20 years ago, and I finally got them back. So Brian Sharp gave me 2.5, and I traded him some extreme gene stuff. So
sweet.
Pretty cool. I got him back. He's happy. We're all happy.
Awesome. Show me a couple more cool different things we got going on here.
Right here I got an Ultramel.
Do you have a regular caramel?
No, I just do Ultramel stuff.
Yes. Awesome. I was going to say, because people want to know the difference between Ultramel and caramel.
They're a brighter snake. They
definitely
also
a lot
kink.
more.
There's no kinking problems.
Yep.
It's a brand new morph where there's only been 3 combos made so far from it. So
a lot more orange to it, and it's not coming in nearly as well as my eyeballs are looking at the animal, and I'm looking at the phone image right here. It is not doing it justice whatsoever. But I'm going to get close up right here. There's a huge difference in caramel to Ultramel, just in the blushing in the side. Your ringtone kicks ass too.
Alright. That's funny. Here we go over here. It's my female banana that did me good. She's the one that helped me make the supers. She's had albino.
Now for Dan Kroll, my cohort, this video also is not doing the animal justice. It's a whole lot brighter.
We need a new video camera.
In person. Well, it's my cell phone.
No,
what can I
know.
say? But this right here, when I told him, the black spots just kind of randomly appeared.
They're actually purple. Like if you look at a bananas, they're dark purple, and if you look at a coral glow, they're black. Bananas are purple.
It really is. It's dark purple.
Yeah.
And the eyes are
more purple. You can see purple off of certain angles.
Yeah.
But coral glows have more of black dots, flecking. They call them flecking. So that's how I know the difference between bananas and the corals. Most people don't know that. But that's what it is.
And no one's ever crossed the lines. No one's ever put a banana to a coral glow or anything like that. This animal right here is a $25,000 animal. No, it's not. It's not for sale. All right. Awesome. Well, show me. And this is what's going to really.
This is a shed, unfortunately.
Oh,
but it's something that I made. It's a calico yellow belly, my flora and fauna line. But it's a really cool animal. Let me flip it over so you can see. But it's in shed. But this thing's just really cool.
You just went from black to white, dude.
It's crazy looking, right?
It is in shed, but
you guys see this thing when it's not shed,
the scalation, there's like such a lack of pattern, and then when you look at it from the top down, yeah, it's a ball python. But when you start getting into the sides and the belly, and everybody knows from listening to the radio show, I'm a total belly freak. Dorsally.
Well, I'm not showing you my belly, so that's too big. Hey, easy. Here's a reduced clown of mine. She just laid for me, so I got to get her weight back up for the season. And I'll show you her. She's really reduced, clown.
Very. There's one drip pattern here, a little bit here, a little bit here. Other than that, this animal's completely striped.
Yeah,
There's no spots. Oh my goodness. 1,
Right.
Ken, you made a spot. What
I
the
know.
heck?
I'm sorry. Here's an Extreme Gene effort pin I made a couple years ago. Very, very bright animal. Let's show you this thing. There you go. That thing's clean and bright, isn't it?
This was made using the
Extreme butter
to a pinstripe pastel?
to a lemon blast.
A lemon blast, okay.
So I brought a lemon blast to an extreme butter. But for a snake that size, that is extremely, that's what I call extremely clean and bright and silky looking. They got a silky look to them.
The video is not doing justice whatsoever.
Hold it so you can see it maybe in different light. Here, try this. Hold it in this light. Maybe this light will be a lot more. Does it help at all?
It looks like a leucistic snake right here. But the close-ups is really the scalation, and what I look at when I actually am handling the snakes is kind of what I'm. There we go, green, and now it's gray, but we're getting close. That's way too green and yellow.
Right.
But anyways, it's my camera that's doing this. You can tell how
clean it is, though.
It is. It's completely different than any. Now there, actually, farther away is what's going to do me justice. Okay. But I really want to see. We need to see it. Where's the super?
Oh, you want to see the super?
Super banana.
You have to wait on that. That's a waiter. Otherwise, people are going to turn it off too quickly. This one's in shed, but this thing's extremely awesome animal. But it's dead in shed. It's usually lime green and fluorescent orange.
There's ghost in it.
It's an Enchi ghost, female. But when this thing is not in shed, it will blow your eyes out. I'm seriously like, it's an amazing animal.
I work with ghosts myself.
Yeah,
that's the only recessive that I really got into, because I'm a poor boy, like a lot of the newer guys that are out there.
Too.
A lot of the people that
crazy,
you too. Come on now, Ken's saying he's a poor boy. We just showed it. We started out with an indigo. Okay, you have to have a permit to own those. He's got it.
Not the Florida.
Not the Florida or the Texas.
Not the Texas. The Florida.
You do.
These don't need permits for.
Yeah, but still, it's still expensive.
I'll show you a couple little things. This is a baby I made last year. It's a Killer Blast.
Alright, now the Killer Blast is a pinstripe spider super pastel.
Yep.
And they've got black eyes, green eyes.
Green.
They're green.
Yep.
They look black on the camera, so for those viewing right now, it is green.
They're wild, I think.
There we go. Okay, now when I get close, it's out of focus, but people can get the idea there. It is green eyes. You can see the iris. Is it wonky like any other spider?
No, that one's actually really cool. I'm very happy with that.
She likes the bin.
Yeah, I know. They love it.
You know where they get the hide right there in the corner?
They eat so good in these tubs. I mean, probably the best I've ever seen. Here's super extreme butter.
Okay. This is what I was talking about in the last show when we gave the rack away, and I said it does a striping.
Sure.
The Extreme Gene stripes animals
and cleans up the sides. Look how clean it is. There's no dots or nothing. It's completely no pattern in there as far as like alien head dots.
I need this gene. Not the butter so much as the actual single Extreme
Oh, I love
gene.
it. You see how it does the fades all the way through the top, all the way out. I mean, it does a lot of different things. This is the F1s.
And it's still
the F2s.
so
I think
it's like semi undiscovered. It's so vague, that stripe.
I want to see something really cool. Check this out. I love this animal. Let me pull this out in the light for you.
Super pastel something.
It's just a pastel.
Just a pastel lesser.
Pastel butter extreme.
Pastel butter extreme.
Look at the fades on that thing and how clean that is.
It looks leucistic on the sides.
Is that thing wild or what?
See, my camera is not doing this animal justice whatsoever.
No.
But my eyeballs, all right. How much, Ken?
I don't know. That thing's nice, huh?
It's gorgeous.
But you can tell that's what Extreme Gene does. I mean, for just a pastel butter.
It completely. No, it's not just a pastel
but
butter.
But I'm saying, compared to normal pastel butters, this is nuts. You know?
Let's show the public. Do you have a single Extreme Gene normal?
Yep.
Do you have a few of them?
Yeah, I gave some out to some friends for some projects, but
Cool.
I don't know if I have a lot here, but here's just a single extreme G.
This is the single, and this is the F1.
Yep.
This is bright like a fire, dude. Without the head splotch.
Look at the eye. See the pattern goes around its eye? The whole marking?
It literally does.
Isn't that crazy?
The eye has a halo.
Yep.
Within it.
I call him Zorro. So see if you get that eye.
Dude. Oh, he's so like.
You see how bright it is on the sides?
And the belly is. Let's show the belly to everybody. This is for all the people that tell me I'm a total dork and I don't know what I'm talking about. When the belly itself, the actual white that's within the scales, is white. That's what I call a clear belly. It does not mean
it's
that
clear,
it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't mean that
but
it's completely
clear inside there. It's
exactly.
White as heck, right.
It's white as heck. The black is black. The markings are. This animal's genetic.
Do you see the drips on the tail? That's one of the markers for the extreme G. See how it looks like dripping paint off the black marks?
It's almost like.
You see on this side too?
It's almost like how Enchi does. Almost like it's a complex there. Now, if he'll settle down.
See if I can get out.
I deal with Amazons. This guy ain't gonna scare me. Come on,
Well,
dude.
he can scare you.
Settle down. I'm gonna hold your head. Let's get that eye in there. I know I've got a flash reflection and stuff.
I just think his eyes look cool. This is something I never
Well, the
seen
thing
before.
is, it's almost like the mustaching on him is a marker for this gene.
But it never
how
has. This is the only one that came out with an eye like that. Though.
Well, in front of his eye too. You see how the mustache drops in front of it?
Yeah.
How the actual
Yep.
right near his nose.
But this doesn't look like a normal one.
No,
Okay.
it's not a normal.
I know, but I'm saying some people say the extreme
I'm sure.
gene looks like a normal snake. I disagree.
The thing is, stand right there, you holding it in your hands, I can tell people that's a fire, and they would believe me.
Okay, well, see what I'm
It's
saying?
that bright. Or even an Enchi. It's got that yellow divide into a green, that kind of a thing. Do you have a couple more? Ooh, oh goodness. Oh goodness, that's GHI. Hello. How are you?
He's got work to do this year. Here's a baby female clown I'm raising up.
Now this is a nice pattern to it. Our mutual friend Mark Petros produces quite a few that have that really cool heavy pattern to them, a lot of spots, that kind of thing. Now that is a clown pastel.
Yep.
All right, Josh Baity got one right. Wow, what a gorgeous animal.
That's a little baby I'm raising up.
You're poor though. You don't have much.
Oh no, here's a nuclear.
Now this is, I did a show with Brian Potter. Now the nuclear is part of that lava project, correct?
No.
It is not.
No, nuclear is just a butter fire.
Really? See, the names screw me up so much.
The nuclear is the butter fire. I got this off Brad Bull. That Wilbanks is the one that actually named the nuclear, the butter fire. I have a lot of things. Like this snake right here, I made. I was the first one in the world to make this animal. And then I think a month after that, Ozzy made one.
Now this is...
It's a Spider Mojave Ghost.
Where's the spider?
Well, Spider Mojave.
I can see it. I can see it in the head.
The pattern too. A Spider
Yeah.
Mojave's got that pattern in the ghost. Isn't that thing pretty creamy looking though? It's got a wild look to it.
It's really hard to pick out spider when there's genes.
Layered sometimes.
Exactly. And Kevin McCurley was
You can see
talking
the spider
to me
right
about
through
this.
here. She doesn't.
Yeah, I can see it kind of where it spreads out dorsally, where you get the quote unquote pinstripe type thing going on dorsally, and then it spreads out and kind of.
Yeah, it's got it all throughout the whole
Real-
animal. So
yeah.
now that you start to stare at it a little bit more, you're starting to see more.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know.
Now,
I just like the softness of the animal.
Since it has spider in it, is it wonky?
This one's not bad. See? It's not bouncing around at all.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not tilting its head to the side. Because I own a spider myself, only for my own project, and I kind of want to see what spider's going to do with it. Okay. That kind of a thing. I've noticed.
You can hold it for a second. I'm gonna put the top
Sure. When I talked to Kevin a bit about the spider gene, he was telling me.
Not bad,
no, it's not. He was telling me when you start stacking the genes with darker or lighter morphs, heavily patterned lighter morphs like Mojave and stuff like that, it doesn't wonk out so much.
Look how weird this animal is. Look how grainy that is.
Is there spot nose in this animal?
Oh, this is a Hepuma. Spark.
This is a spark. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
This is an exceptionally weird looking one.
Yes, it is. Now, everybody that's out there wanting to know what a spark belly looks like, there's a tail stripe all the way to the tip, heavily spotted, and what I've noticed, there's blushing.
Look at the fading on the back of his head. Look at the markers on his head. It's exceptionally like a lot of marks.
And very, very bright with a long neck stripe. This is what makes
really
a Puma.
Looking animal too.
It is.
Yep. Can you hold this again because I'll put the top.
Sure.
But that animal is. I've seen a lot of sparks, and that one's got an exceptionally granity, cool look to it. You know what I mean?
Now the spark itself, males are going for what, $3,500 each, something like that.
It must have went down then, yeah.
Oh, that. Well, I don't know. I'm guessing. 3,500.
Last year, this
like
was
that?
7,500 for this male. Last year.
Wow. Well, the thing is, that can breed right now.
It's already locked up twice.
Yeah.
It's locked up twice already. And then there's let me see if I can show you anything else. Here is a male extreme yellow belly, and that's a yellow belly extreme.
This is extreme gene yellow belly.
Yep. Look at that belly, dude. That's sick. Well, that's a belly.
Railroad tracks, almost like a pied marker to the holy dude.
Is that cool? I love that belly on these things.
It looks like a pastel.
Yep. It's extreme yellow belly. They're one of my favorites too.
This is what I want to show the public right now. You see that green to yellow divide.
Yep, I got it.
Of course, an awesome belly. That right there. It goes white, checkerboard, yellow belly type pattern into a yellow and then a green. And then dorsally.
Look at the fades. Look at these fades in here.
Seriously, Ken, dorsally, this animal looks like a pastel.
Yep.
This is an extreme gene yellow belly.
Love this animal a lot. I'll show you. I got a female.
People are gonna be messaging me telling me I'm a total liar.
Why?
Hey, guess what? Sperm plugs. That is a male extreme yellow belly. That is not a pastel. No one's gonna believe me on that, dude.
Here is my slash gene.
This is what I got a freak out of.
Yep.
Yes.
See how there's no patterning? Look at the pigment right here.
Nothing at all.
Just right here at the black.
There's no teardrops. Like normal Mojaves have this real spread out teardrop pattern to it. Look at this. Instead, it looks like atomic bombs just went off on the side of the animal. There's one teardrop, and the rest of it is all just this faded.
Now, if you look really
and
closely,
that's the slash gene.
It's getting all the whites flying up the sides, and the more it sheds, the more like powdery it gets up the sides. And see the neck?
Dude, oh yes I do. Almost like it's paradox, but it's not because I have this going on with my normal.
Yep, it's genetic.
And this is one thing, like we talked about in the last show when we gave away the rack, the enhancing genes.
This is fading, reducing.
It's like it's not a morph. It makes normals that do that.
Right.
You know?
This will take and brighten certain things up. It will brighten, it will fade, it will spread pattern out. It does a lot of various things. This thing does a lot of things.
And it's not like the Mojo Slash the animal we just looked at, of course that's a morph, it's higher price, that kind of a thing. But I got that animal, the freak that I got that's starting to do that kind of thing. It's this white is creeping up the side, and especially around the neck and right behind the head. It's like wrapping around the jawline.
It's a special animal, and it might do something later.
I paid $40 for it. Okay? Yeah, dude, I paid $40 for it. And that's the kind of thing that some of the listeners to the show are pay
trying
attention.
To let them know they could fall into something.
Exactly. Pay attention to your normals. Look at what is going on when you hatch out these clutches, because you don't know.
You don't know.
That animal right there, I paid $40 for the single gene. Oh, here we go. Screw what I'm talking about. A little bit of banana love. Lavender.
Oh, that's Lav.
I just saw it. We do have.
I know.
We have them here. I'm going to be looking at these, but this is lavender albino. Now, do you have a regular albino we can set right next to it?
No, I just do Lavs. I just do ultra also. I just do Lavs. I know.
There's a huge difference, though, between a regular albino. The white that you're seeing right here, that's purple.
Yeah.
It's lavender. There's a small, very thin on the edge of the scale that's orange, and when they're babies it's really apparent. As adults it kind of fades a little bit, but they purple. The thing is though, they get this white, and the white creeps up, and that stays.
Yeah, they get more purple.
More purple as they get bigger. The white is not white, it's
I have
purple.
My own line of
Vincies
like too. And
you do have your own line.
Sometimes they come out with all yellow with white tracing. I posted one up. But look at this thing's nose. It's one of the markers. It looks like a cat nose. It looks like it's got a nose of a cat.
Almost like a spot nose.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an Enchi.
Enchi.
Let's step back here.
It's got two genes. Somebody from Outback Reptiles separated the gene.
Sweet.
Not Outback. My bad. Major League Reptiles.
Brant. Yeah. He's been on my show a couple times now.
He isolated this gene here.
Sweet.
But it throws a lot of really yellowy, high tracing.
Now see, for anyone that wants to know, Enchi bellies do this. Yep. When we say it has a clear belly or a clean belly, the white is white. That's what we're talking about. The actual scutes, the single scales, either have a mark on them, and it's a distinct mark, or they're completely clear.
Yep. I threw out some babies that have no orange at all, and just solid yellow. Looks like a pastel with white tracing.
Have you made the super Enchi of this strain?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I just.
But it's there. It's definite.
Here if I want it. Then here is. I'll just show you how much last things we got. So much stuff to cover. Let's show you quickly some stuff. That's Enchi Mojave.
Enchi Mojave. Sweet.
That's got my Enchi line in it. Because everything I made, I pretty much kept back a lot of stuff. Every year, a rule of mine is I keep around $75,000 worth of snakes that I make and shelf it, so I can keep upgrading my collection and keep up with the times, because it's always changing so
exactly.
quick.
Well,
and
trading and breeding projects that you're doing loans and things like that kind of a thing is going on.
And I really like knowing where the animal came from. So if I make it, I like it. I'm raising this thing up. I know everything about the animal. I know what I put into it. Then just buy something.
What it looked like as a baby, and then as it grows.
Yeah, you just keep your line.
Into.
Like if you like this, your certain line of Enchi, you can keep your line of Enchi and start spreading it in all your other morphs, and just isolate certain things and genes and colors for, you know what I mean. Instead of just grabbing this from this guy, this from this guy, and then you know what I mean. It's just work better with knowing what you got.
Definitely.
Here's first Cinemosa.
This right here, you posted a photo of this animal breeding, I think.
Oh, maybe, probably.
On Facebook. This is a mimosa?
Cinemosa. It's a cinnamon champagne ghost. It's the only one made in the world. I've tried to duplicate it and make it again. And
look at them ringers.
Missed.
Look at them ringers.
See, that's what I'm thinking. It might be
head pied,
but I got to figure it out.
Who knows?
Another one. And I'm hoping all the Cinemosas come out like that. Because see how it's like blue? It's got blues and green hues.
It's almost purple.
There's a lot of colors to it.
It really is.
There's a lot of colors.
There's so much fading. Each single scale, if I can get close up enough, each single scale has more than one color to it. Every single scale.
Oh yeah. And
except for, of course,
reminds me,
white.
You see that gray around it? It reminds me of like that computer screen type, like jagged.
The haze.
Yeah.
All right, now we're looking. You work with calico or sugar?
I work with both. I have Florifauna and I have sugars too.
Now, would this be a pastel?
Sugar. Yeah, it's
sugar.
a pastel sugar.
Cool.
And then right here, there's a paradoxed cool snake. I like this guy. It's a firefly spider. So basically a bumblebee fire with the head's all paradoxed in the face and all throughout the body. The listeners, if paradoxing means like weird type of patterns that are not genetic.
Yeah. Nick Mutton actually did an article in the magazine about this. He was in the first.
A lot of paradoxing, though.
Yep. It was talking about how it works, and it's.
But I believe it's kind of genetic.
I notice it more in champagnes than I do in anything else. It's almost like there's certain genes that open up the door.
Yep, the gateway.
Yeah, and when
I agree.
When it does that, it's a
cool animal, right?
Oh, dude,
I love this animal.
It's like,
I think it's really neat.
It looks like it murdered some other ball python. It really does. It's so cool.
Thanks. I really dig this animal. I think it's pretty cool. It's a lesser head clown, nothing crazy.
Well, the thing is, lesser head clown. Let's see if that looks any different than a regular lesser. Do you have a regular lesser here?
I don't really work with them too much.
Yep. No. Stepped up so much. Oh man, I have a Mojave.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now, can we break into? Oh, hold on 1 second. I see some major labels going on here.
I'm starting to get it going. You know, this has been locked up already. The super pastel, the ultra mel, so everything's gonna be pastels, 100% ultra mel. So I did that. This one locked up recently. It's my Enchi Ghost to my pastel ghost, so I can make pastel Enchi Ghost.
Cool. Can we take a look?
Yeah, it's just a pastel ghost. But
okay, for people that go on to regular ball python forums, POG, it's pastel orange ghost.
Yep. And I brought an Enchi Ghost to it, so you can make a pastel Enchi Ghost.
That's what they look like when they're around 2,800 grams.
Let me show you something. This one's the world's first. This is a Firefly Ghost that me and Brad Bowen made. And this is the only one I made, and then Will Banks made one after I made it. But if you look at the back of the head, it almost looks like pollen or something you see on a flower, like sprinkling up. You know, see how it's like all dotted with like yellows?
This thing is smoking hot.
That thing's crazy, right?
Now this is a fire pastel ghost.
Yep, it was the first one I ever made. Will Banks came up to my table and actually liked this animal, and so he made another one. He made one too.
Mike is so cool too, isn't he? Yeah. He's so easy to get along with.
Oh, yeah.
There's so much competition in the ball python world, and me with the radio show and stuff, I get to talk to everybody.
That's cool.
And you know, it's like some things are off topic. I get told right away, you know, I'm not going to talk about this person or anything like that. But it's awesome to hear.
Now this
head is pure white.
It's neat, right? Now this snake right here, I'm going to breed the Firefly Ghost to my Enchi Ghost this year.
This is a female?
Male.
It is a male. Oh, that's breeding size, man. You're going nuts.
So I'm making pastel Enchi Fire Ghost this year. The big world's first.
Because you had the Enchi Het Ghosts and the Enchi Ghosts.
I got Enchi Ghosts here. Big ones. So I'm all stocked up ready to have
I'm sneaking a peek.
You already got a picture of it, but it's in shed. Remember it was orange and green?
Ah, yes. All right,
picture
now
that mixed with that.
With that other animal, and this is actually what we opened the video right here with. All right,
that's
man.
Going to be a neat pair.
We're hitting 28 minutes. We gotta get the video of the super banana.
You might not use the beginning of the stuff, but I got way cooler animals than this. I'm just showing you the bullshit.
We'll do the radio.
I got really cool stuff coming up. I got the good stuff coming. Anyway.
All right. We are here in the incubation chamber. Ken Macek Reptiles.
Let's see what we got here.
The pairing was what?
It was a Fire Ghost to Honeybee. Here.
Looks like a ghost.
There's kind of a lot of black stuff there. Blood.
I see ghost. Look at the back.
Yeah, it has to be ghost because
that's a ghost.
Ghost to ghost. You know what I'm saying? See what we got here.
Honeybee?
Think that's a honeybee?
That's what I think.
Me too.
These two that are pipped already, though, they're not honeybees. There ain't no spider in them babies. Looks like a straight up ghost. No, it looks like a fire ghost.
That might be a fire ghost.
Definitely.
Possibly.
Look at. Now, I'm gonna get the camera in there.
Mm-hmm.
You see the fading in the sides and the big time blushing in the back with a normal-ish pattern.
Yep.
That's a fire ghost. This one right here has a lot more black as a baby. It's not nearly as blushed. I think that this one is a ghost, and that's a fire ghost.
This is definitely just ghost, I think.
That's just ghost.
Now, this one right here, I don't know. Let's take a look. Get back in there, buddy. It's going to cut your head. Come on, you can do it.
The pairing again was a honeybee to a
fire ghost.
Fire ghost.
We can get you back in there. See? Just being stingy. Don't want to choke you, so go. Alright. I want to be stubborn.
The thing is, though, too, when you hit on spider fire, the head doesn't always have that spider pattern to it.
Right. See, when I do this, if their heads are stuck, I don't cut up to it. And then what I'll do...
Yeah, because a couple of these pipped on their own. That's what
see
we
how he went
walked
back
in
in?
on. Yeah.
I loosened up the pressure around it, and then he was able to get his own head back in there.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm cutting it, because their heads get stuck sometimes.
Or they'll just sit there and they're hiding.
Right. See, that one's kind of pretty right there. It's got a cool...
That's a fire ghost.
Yep.
No doubt.
Looks like I'm missing so far.
On the triple.
Right. I made 2 of them this year already. Brad's got one and I got one. Brad Bloor.
Yeah.
And
you've done a lot of work with him. You guys
we're really good friends.
Yeah, you
like
produced that super banana.
Yeah.
Who had the male? Who had the female?
I gave him the female. He used his male.
That's awesome.
We hit here.
You did hit. All right. And once you move your hand, we get the video.
This it definitely is.
That is it. Yes, it is.
See that?
That is spider, fire, and ghost.
That's pretty, right?
Oh my goodness.
That's cool.
And what day is it?
Well, it's day 59.
Oh yeah, they're ready. You had 2 naturally pipped on their own.
Now, people don't know this. You see where the veins are laying on top of the snake?
Yep.
Once they start dropping off the wall of the eggs,
the snake's going to come out on its own.
Yeah, they're ready to go pretty much.
It's going to stick its head out. It's going to metabolize the yolk, and
right.
it's done.
Once these veins dissipate for sure, like, just completely go away,
yeah,
it's done. All the yolk's done. Can you see how purple the head is back there in the neck?
The entire I see it over the entire snake. I breed ghosts myself, so I kind of know this stuff. But
so I think we only hit one.
For the beginners, yeah, that's the only one that I see.
Yeah.
The other one looked like a honeybee.
I think we caught a couple fire ghosts.
Yeah, you got a couple fire. I think only one actual ghost. I think you've got 2 or 3
fire ghosts, right?
Three fire ghosts. That'd be this one, that one, and that one, and then you've got 1 regular ghost and 1 honeybee.
Yep, honeybee,
right there.
And then that would be a fire honeybee.
And that'd be the fire honeybee. So
so that's not a good clutch.
That is an awesome clutch, and that's what this whole thing is about. When we're breeding these animals, man, it's not just, hey, I'm out to make a bunch of money.
That's the clutch.
What do you got right? Okay.
Killer bee clowns, possibly. They're hatching towards the end of the month. I'm really excited.
You got a pastel clown to a bumblebee het clown. So you're looking at a super pastel clown, super pastel spider clown.
Right.
Clowns, spider clowns. Bumblebee clowns that are het ghost. No, they'll be ghost. Yeah, it'll be the clown.
This
I'm
one
sorry,
right here,
I'm horrible with
it's either going to be bumblebee clowns or enchi het clowns, which I'm cool with either one.
And this is the other thing that that listeners to the show need to pay attention to. When you're looking at recessives and you're doing the recessive thing, do you want a ghost that's going to have a bunch of pattern to it or no pattern? Do you want clowns with pattern or no pattern? Your hets are what make the difference. And when he's got female reduced clown to an enchi, what is BBHC?
That's just different initials for like things I'm doing, stuff codes.
HC would be het clown.
Right, bumblebee het clown.
Okay, bumblebee het clown.
So
Wow.
it's either Enchi or bumblebee het clown that I bred.
Okay, so you use 2 males to a female reduced clown.
Yes.
All right, so you've got.
So easy to tell, and you never want to breed something that is similar in morphs, because when you hatch out, you're not going to know what it is. So like a bumblebee is very easy to tell from an Enchi.
Yes.
I mean, it's so easy to tell that it's okay to do a recessive that way. And if you do a recessive with 2 males and they have a similar type of morphs, you're done. You're not going to know what it is. So you always want to make sure, if you're using 2 males, it's drastically different and easy to identify. So you don't sell somebody something it's not supposed to be.
Yep. Now you had a. This was the honeybee.
Yep.
To Fire Ghost. That's what we just did. And you've got some of the itty bitty babies.
This is my isolation rack. Or if I get some new stuff, like I just bought some new clowns. I put them on paper towels so I can see if they ever have mites. I spray them down when I get them. And I just picked up these 2 big female clowns last week.
Nice pattern. I love that teardrop pattern.
I originally sold this animal as a baby to somebody, bought it back. So I got her back.
Do you still got that one? Yeah, I do. It's a year and a half old.
That's one I just picked up, the female clown, and then I picked up another female clown, and this one's a shed, but this one looks like a het red Xanta clown. Look at the head on that thing, and the pattern. I think it's a het red clown.
It might be. And see, clown does that black stripe down the back also, but the het red does the fading.
Yeah, weird colors, right?
It does that fading.
You ever see a clown with the head marking though? The head. It's like an X.
It's almost it's too even. Most clowns that I see are so random.
They're like marbly looking.
Exactly. That's almost too. It's almost too perfect.
This is one of my breeders. It doesn't eat that well, so I threw it in here. This is my isolation room and incubator, and now it's eating great. So sometimes people need to.
This is a male killer blast.
Yeah. So sometimes people need to have different climates in their facility. So if something doesn't eat, if it's too warm or too cold, you switch it up on them, and sometimes it gets them back to eat.
It just, yep,
So that's one of the tricks that I do. I'm always constantly moving from this room to that room, whatever keeps them eating.
This guy right here, just with a little tickle, get his head up. You could take pictures of this snake, and some people would think it's a reticulated python.
Right?
I mean,
you got a good point. I never thought of it that way. Yeah.
His head is just so.
Good point,
so random. And
it does look like
I mean, his head does. Well, thing is though, he's doing this, and this is what I talk about a little bit. The spider gene.
Oh, there's worse ones
that. Oh, definitely. When you feed them,
this one's an apprentice for the circus.
Yep.
And the other ones are pure circus clowns. This one's just practicing right now. He'll get better later.
He can bounce on a ball too.
Yeah, he's just a rookie.
Now
he'll do better backflips later.
We'll be back in a second here.